Well, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in again for another Jersey update from Select Sires. We're certainly glad to be here today and be able to talk with you. We hope that you've staying safe at home and following all the guidelines. And yes, it's changed the way we've done business, but we're all here for you and thinking about you. And was a little different doing proofs this time. Everybody's at home. So except for our communications team, they had to come in this week, and we appreciate them getting that catalog out last night. I hope y'all found that on the Facebook page. The Sire Directory looks really good. But we're going to spend a little time. We don't have the technology to be able to show slides this time, so you're just going to have to listen to me. And I tell people all the time I have a face for radio, so definitely not something that I like doing, sitting here in front of you. Would much rather be showing the data that came in this week. Select has a big history in the Jersey breed, a lot of great bulls that a lot of people have known and household names around the world, and we hope to continue that. And what we realize every time is there's base changes every 5 years. We had one of those this time. And Jersey also has JPI changes. 2017, JPI was the last revision. So that one, when JPI 2017 was 53% production, 27% health, 13% udder and mobility, and 7% feed efficiency. So the board of directors in Jersey and their research team led us to JPI 2020, and it looks different, but they're trying to be proactive in what the cow needs to look like and perform like to be competitive in the future. So JPI 2020, production's 49%, health is 31.6%, udder and mobility is 9.4%, and feed efficiency is 10%. So you see a marked increase in health and feed efficiency. We've got to maintain the Jersey's green status that we learned about back in the study from Capers and Katie back in 2011 or 12. So we need to maintain that efficiency that we've seen. Our cow's gotten a little bigger. We need to make sure we don't lose that efficiency that we have to make 100 pounds of cheese more efficiently and with less water and natural resources used. Base change, they happen every 5 years. So it's been since 2015. We set the cow population born in 2015 back to 0. With that, there was a prediction that it was going to be 525 pounds of milk, 25 pounds of fat, and 20 pounds of protein. Actually, what Chuck Sattler, our geneticist and who I have utmost faith in, told us it was 455 pounds of milk, so a little less on milk, 22.7 pounds of fat, and 16.7 pounds of protein. So right at 40 pounds of CFP. So just based off a base change, if you were interested in 100 CFP animals, then you need to look at 60 to be at the same level CFP as you were before. You just got to get used to the changes. The base change prediction, we thought we'd be down about 50 JPI points, but then the formula change made it another 15. So it was about a 65 point down for JPI in this proof run. Net merit was supposed to be 190, predicted it ended up being 185. But there's bulls that didn't lose as much production. And if you look at the Select lineup this time, the new top JPI bull in our lineup, Active AI was just released about an hour ago, so don't have all those figures in front of me yet. 7J1490 Greg is our top bull. I think he's going to be around number 4 in the breed. He only is down 171 pounds of milk, 10 pounds of fat, and 4 pounds of protein. So even with the average cows and the base losing 455 pounds, his daughters performed well enough. They're above that. which leads him to our top spot at 126 JPI. Storm Cloud's our number 7 bull in the breed for JPI. He's also the number 2 cheese merit bull at Select. He only lost 30 pounds of milk. So his daughters, he graduated in December. He's from the partnership with Jersey Land Sires. He's a bull that is definitely, his daughters are performing well in the herds. Triumph 5041. He's a bull that has incredible production. Incredible. We've never doubted that. He only lost 113 pounds of milk. He's still over a ton of milk after base change. That's a production outlier. He's our number 3 cheese merit bull in the breed. And at 438, and he happens to be the number 8 JPI bull in the breed on Active AI. Just got that list in front of me. Slugger P is our number 1 cheese merit bull at Select Proven at 476. You remember him from being a syndicate bull a few years ago. Then Pogba is number 9 in the Select lineup for JPI, and the number 10 bull is Chrome. So he's still in the top 10. 5 of the top 10 JPI bulls at Select Sires on the Proven side after all the base change and the new JPI formula. So definitely something to be excited about in what we have to offer. There were also some young bulls that handle the base change pretty well. And I'm just going to list a few in each product line. Make sure you look at Fever P, Brazen, Rowan, Dashel, Proteus, Thrasher, Caliban, Miami. All from the Select Sires lineup. From the accelerated lineup, look at King James, Robert, Castro, Geronimo, Digger. They're all accelerated bulls that their production levels beat the base changes. And even from the Generations line, look at Farm Fest, Jolin. And we've got a new release coming for our friends north of the border here in May, I believe he's released, named Folly. Folly's a huge Pro Dollars bull, a bull that's number 4 in Canada for Pro Dollars on one of their indexes. And we just released a bull in the Generations line, Candyman, that's really a crossover bull that has a deep pedigree that you need to make sure you see, and a bull that fits a lot of markets and is getting off to a great start for us. So we've got some new offerings and bulls that definitely beat the base change and still maintain some very nice ranks for what they were brought in to do. I mentioned earlier the Sire Directory. I think it's a great, beautiful publication that the communications team put together. One of the things you'll notice in it is we have new designations streamlined across all products. I think there's 10 different designations: Feed Pro, Fertility Pro, Showcase, Grazing Pro, Robot Pro. Our young bulls are now known as G-Force bulls. G-Force Plus is also another ranking. Gender Selected, Elite Sex Fertility. There's a lot of them, and I just think it gives us a lot of opportunity in the future to have a consistent message. So you know when you look at these designations, the new logos that you'll find, there's a great explanation on page 3 of the Sire Directory. Make sure you make yourself familiar. I think it's really a great job put together by our communications team. We talk about the size of the program at Select Sires. There's a lot of bulls at Select Sires. We try to hit a lot of different markets. Right now, there's 252 Jersey bulls in stud. That's a lot. There's 200 that are A2. 219 are BB. There's 152 over 300 cheese merit dollars. There's 116 Jersey bulls over 60 CFP. Remember me saying we lost about 40 in the base change? So if 100 used to be your number, there's 116 that would equate to that today. Fat and protein percent, something we definitely need to look for in the Jersey breed. And there's 131 bulls that are 0 or greater for both fat and protein percent. 137 bulls over 0 for DPR. DPR, getting animals pregnant, is very important. Keeping fresh cows in the herd, especially in tough economic times. Definitely need to be looking at some of these fertility traits like Jersey did and increased it in their formulas. JUI is one that looks a lot different. A lot of people used to think, oh, wow, 15. That's where we need to be. Well, basically things got cut in half. If I look at all the genomic young bulls that don't have proofs born from 2016 till today, the average for that group is 5.7 JUI. So there's 142 bulls that select over 5. There's 50 over 10. I think we've always had a great purpose to really try to make great uddered young cows, and we're continuing to do that. And we definitely want to watch JUI as we go forward. There's places to use JUIs, but you got to rescale yourself after a base change and a proof change. The other thing we try to do is have something for everyone. If you look at our generation count bulls compared to our fully HR registered bulls, there's 252 bulls, I said, at select sires, Jersey-wise. 29 of them are generation count 3. 4 of them, or 45 of them, are generation count 4. 23 of them are generation count 5. 39 are generation count 6. And 116 are pure HR. We did have a couple of graduates this time to add to our lineup. The first one I want to talk about to you today. And if you have questions as we go through this, please type them in. We'll try to get them answered for you. Like to make this interactive if we can. I'm not the best at running this at home, but we're definitely glad to be here talking to you today. But the first graduate's 14J758 Knockout. He's an Archer son, out of a Hilario, out of a legal. He comes in at 525 pounds of milk, plus on both fat and protein percent. Comes in right at that 60 CFP level, so he'd have been 100 last time when you look at it that way. 336 cheese merit. He's a bull that's A2. He's over 8 on JUI. And I hope you'll take a look at that Sire Directory I was talking about. Just beautiful pictures that Mark and his team got captured before this pandemic hit. These knockout daughters out at Rancho Teresita, cash-in jerseys in California, just wonderful uddered, shallow uddered, nice high wide rear udders, beautiful fore udders, a lot of venation on the udder, great rib on them. And boy, when you put them in headlocks and get a group of 4 of them in front of you, it's just a very impressive young group of cows that I hope you'll look at our website, look at our Sire Directory, and see some of the great daughter pictures that are out there. I know some of them have been shared on Facebook and right leading up to proof. So this bull's had a worldwide presence, and we're certainly happy with the daughters we're seeing graduate or come to milking and graduating this bull. The other graduate we had in our Select Sires lineup comes from our Jersey Land Sires partnership, 7J1569, Avon Clay P. He's a bull that sold a lot of semen as a young sire, so he'll add a lot of daughter data in the coming months. He's a bull that has a full brother named Steph P that doesn't have a daughter proof yet. This bull made semen a little quicker than his full brother. But he's an Avon out of a Magnum. The Magnum's 91 points, out of a Critic. He comes in 9 points of JUI, 850 pounds of milk. He's 295 cheese merit dollars. Just a bull that has been selling all the way through his genomic young sire G-Force career, and now he's graduated into the lineup and got some great pictures from out at Jersey Boys. We appreciate Tim Baumgardner working with us and getting these pictures done on some actually bull dams that you'll see sons coming from in the Select Sires lineup here in the future. A homozygous polled heifer that you can find out on the website. Just a beautiful young cow pictured, beautiful straight lined, great fore udder, and just balanced cows. There's another one that's not homozygous but heterozygous polled. at Jersey Boys. It's out there for you to look at. Shallow uddered, carries her udders high above the hock. And he's a bull that Jonathan Merriman there at Allum Farms Partnership has really liked the daughters of. They've produced well for him. He's just really happy with the way they look. I got a text from him last Friday saying, boy, they really look milky and got great udders on them. So he was pretty excited when this bull got to graduate. I know it's great to get that feedback since I can't get out in the corrals and look at cows like we're used to doing right now. Well, we talked about Greg a little bit earlier, talking about a few more proven bulls. Greg is the ballistic son out of a dimension, out of a reaction that is the number 4 JPI bull in the breed. He's 87 CFP, over 400 cheese merit, and he's 622 on his DWP dollars. We have Zoetis data now, and we also have CDCB health traits, or mastitis, metritis, displaced abomasum, ketosis, retained placenta, and milk fever. Those traits are listed on our website as well. You can find them there. Make sure you look at all the data. There's lots of traits out there now, and these CDCB health traits are also included in the JPI formula now. But he's a bull that's great on his DWP dollar. Got a great SCR at 2.4. Got a supporting picture with Greg. I think you'll really like the Jersey Journal ad this month that Mark Boland and the communications team got put together. Just a wonderful second lactation Greg daughter with quality udder, quality mammary system. Just a real long-bodied cow that you really like to see there at Allum Farms. It'll be in the pictures. We talked about Storm Cloud a little earlier, but a bull that's in the top 10 for JPI, a bull that continues 1,358 pounds of milk after base change. You add 450 pounds of milk to that. That's a big-time milk bull if we were looking at this bull's production data on December numbers. So, and he's A2. Chrome, a bull that people love around the world, and you know why from the daughter pictures that you see and the group shots that have been taken on this bull. He is the Critic P son out of the 91.cc. He's still 766 pounds of milk today. He's still 70 CFP. He's a bull that's still over 400 cheese merit. 17.3 JUI. Yes, he was 30-something last time, but the formula changed. So the numbers, like I said earlier, you've got to retool yourself and reskill yourself. He's a bull that just does amazing things, makes great daughters, and people love him. Customer satisfaction stars. He's a feed pro bull. He's available gender selected. He just does everything right and has since day one of his career. And one of the things I love to see is the group shots that we have on this bull. It doesn't matter whether it's in California or in a grazing dairy in South Mississippi or a huge dry lot dairy out in New Mexico. He works everywhere. I've seen him in grazing dairies. He's just a bull that people love to work with and look at the daughters of. As we talk about a few different bulls, is not as much detail, but when you look at different traits, a lot of herds like to look at different traits. CFP is a big one. I mentioned Triumph. He's our number 1 CFP bull at Select. 128 CFP on a proven bull. But you've got Brazen. I talked about handling the base change really well. He's 120 CFP. Cheddar is 111. Slugger P is 109. I told you he was our high cheese merit bull at Select. A new April release, sexed only, Navidad. He's 104 CFP. And 116 over 60, again, a great offering of bulls to choose from to work with whatever your desires are to make your herd be it what you want it to be. Milk Stars, Triumph leads that list. I told you over 2,200 pounds of milk. Kestrel P is second. Brazen, talking about him beating the production curve, he's still over 1,500 pounds of milk. And then some got made sons, Daniel, Succession, Amsterdam, all over 1,300 pounds of milk still. There's 79 bulls that select over 800 pounds of milk. So they would have been over 1,250 before base change. I think that's always good to keep remembering what it was when you're making out what you're looking for. Cheese merit bulls, you got to look at Dashel. He's a bull that you've seen high suns come through on genomics if you pay much attention. Erlacher, their Dashel's 543, Erlacher's 539. LPI, for our friends north of the border, the Genovations guys, they do a great job. I mentioned Foley. He's going to be a release in May, I believe it is. 250J 1807. He's 2087 LPI and over 3,200 for pro dollars. Jolin was a bull that last time had an issue with his U.S. proof, but he's still 2084 LPI and very nice data in the U.S. Rowan was a bull we used as a sire father. He's 2063 in Canada. Navidad, the sext-only bull that I mentioned earlier, 2047 LPI. And an exciting Generations proven bull that got a proven proof in Canada, Channing, bred in Quebec, a bull that comes in at 1997 LPI, number 3 on the proven list in Canada. A great young bull that we're glad that has graduated and got some nice daughters out there, looking to see those daughters when we can get back out on the road again. Dashel is our number 1 DWP bull at selected 805. We have a pole bull that'll be out this summer. He should hopefully starts making semen real soon to be a sire father. Dimitri P. He's a Kiowa P son from Avalanche out in West Texas, made in our Jersey Land partnership. He's 756 DWP. Iroquois P. from the AG product line at 696 DWP. Pumice P, another pole bull at 677. He's in the select line. And then you've got others like Erlacher, Caliban, and a bull I'm pretty excited about at 640 DWP. Christian, 7J 1770. He is our first Jart, our female program produced bull at Select Sires. And he's in at 640 DWP, does some things really right. And happy to have our first bull coming through the program that was developed in our in-house program. There's 54 bulls that select over 500 DWP. So, and DWP had a little bit of a tweak in formula as well, so the numbers aren't quite as high because of the base change. It includes some production. So just make sure you know what the ranges are when you start trying to limit what bulls you're going to be selecting. DPR, I told you we had a lot of bulls over 0. There's 64 that are plus 0.1 or plus 1.0 or higher. Magician's the number 1 bull from our showcase selection, showcase product line, 3.7 DPR, bull from Kitely Core Jerseys. The number 2 bull for DPR is a proven bull at Select. Dorman, 1529, 3.6 DPR. Then you've got Thrasher, who's a sext-only bull, and Robber from the Accelerated Genetics line, both 3.5 for DPR. So, and Amp and Closer. Closer had a really nice proof run this time, gained some production. He's 3.1 DPR on a proven bull now. Dynasty, another proven bull at 2.7. So some DPRs that are really nice to look at out of proven genetics. Talking about some of our G-Force bulls that are available and coming along. You've seen Daniel. He's from the AG product line, Feed Pro, Robot Pro, a bull that's over 540 DWP. Bullet's 510 cheese merit. A got made son out of a Pilgrim from Forest Glen, out of a Critic. The next bull just released that I want to talk about, G-Force, released sext only here in April, is Navidad 507 JE 1792. The Chrome Son, out of a World Cup, out of a Chisel. 5'11" cheese merit, 132 JPI, 104 CFP we mentioned before. Bull that's 6'6" JUI, A2, BB. Checks a lot of boxes when you break him down. Rowan, he's the Quinn son, out of a Viceroy, out of an Isaac, part of the JLS lineup here at Select from that partnership. Carries that Grazing Pro logo. He's a bull that had a really nice day, 126 JPI, 495, just barely short of 500 cheese merit. Bull that's just shy of 10 JUI, he's 9.9. A bull that we used heavily as a sire father, plus 0.12 fat percent and 0.1 for protein percent. Just an A2 BB bull that checks a lot of boxes, feed pro, grazing pro, and also available gender selected. Thrasher, a Pilgrim son from the Jersey Land Partnership, out of a Viceroy, out of a Soleil. Bull that's 800 pounds of milk, 75 CFP, 475 cheese. Just does a lot of things right. A bull we've used heavily because of that DPR at 3.5 as a sire father. And he's had great conception data coming back through the system. Caliban, a bull just released in February. He's from the Jersey Land Sires, from the Primus program, which is their female program like our JARC program. But he is a Viceroy, out of a Lemonhead, out of a Pharaoh, goes back to Circus, a two-time national grand champion that went through Buster Goffs in New Mexico and then Michael Heath and Earhart's in Maryland, and just been around a little bit. This whole family, you've seen a lot of different things from this family, but Buster bred them to some bulls that definitely got some production in them. And this Caliban bull, I think, is one of the neatest bulls in the breed right now. 128 JPI, 721 of milk, 39 of fat, 33 of protein, 9.7 JUI, 654 DWP, 2.3 DPR. So you got a lot of production in different things to go with a great cow family. Two things that we definitely like to see in the Jersey breed. I mentioned Christian earlier, our first JARC bull. He's a Viceroy, out of a Stevens, out of an Avon, 115 JPI, 435 cheese, 640 DWP, bull, and A2. So a great first bull for our JARC program. You'll know the JARC bulls because they'll say SSI in their prefix. No updates complete if you don't talk about SCR and the great job all the team in the barn and the labs and the shipping department and even the salesman handling the semen, getting it out, all the people that touch this product as it goes through the line. When you look at the SCR values that are published with proofs, we're very proud. I'm very proud of this as an employee of Select Sires. 4 of the top 5 Jersey bulls in the breed for SCR are at Select Sires or the family of companies. 9 of the top 15 and 15 of the top 25. So very happy about that. Some of the leaders that you see, Shock is 4.1, Moonbeam's 3.8, Avon's 3.2, Firestar's 3.1. Matt's a bull I hadn't talked about yet today, but I see he's the #1 bull in Australia. Saw a lot of Matt daughters that I liked there a year ago when I got to travel there. 2.9 SCR, gets cows pregnant. Lemonhead, 2.6, a bull that continues to go up. A bull that on his SCR keeps getting services. Saw a lot of those in Australia last year that I really enjoyed seeing. And great daughters to look at. Pogba, a bull I told you that was in the top 10 of the breed, 2.4. Victorious, 2.4. 41 bulls, 1.0 or greater in SCR. Just a huge opportunity for everybody. I think you can have the best genetics in the world, but if it doesn't create a pregnancy, what good have you really done? And I'm very happy that our company takes research and development and making it happen on semen fertility to the extent we do. Got a few questions I want to answer. Scott, yes, there's some magician calves out there that are very fancy. During this lockdown, I saw my son leading one across the yard the other day. Super nice calf. And I'm hearing some great reports on those magician calves as well, and breed leading DPR. It's a nice combination to have. Francois, great to see you on here today. You asked about who I mentioned right before Rowan. I think it was Folly. Folly is the new bull that'll be coming out. It's either May or June. He's a release up there that's over $3,200 pro dollars. So thank you for asking those questions. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We'll take a few more questions. Got another one here. What new cow families are you planning to take bulls from? To be honest with you, I can't tell you what new ones we're planning to take. I haven't got to study the females list this week with all the data flow and how they've changed. We're always looking for new families, working with some new breeders to try to make some bulls for the program. Definitely looking forward to that. We've sourced some females that we really are happy about. Hopefully they turn out. Our female program that we've worked with has had really great success in the short amount of time it was up. You see the first bull coming through, but there's a lot of bulls in the pipeline yet to come. And we've approached it the same way we approach our full program at Select, balanced. We need something for everyone. So we appreciate everyone taking their time today. If you have any more questions, please reach out to me. If you either on Facebook, you can call me, email me. I'm pretty accessible. But we appreciate everyone taking the time today. I hope you found this interesting and the information timely. And as always, stay safe. See everyone soon.